Hello, crafters! This is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and I'm here with the Cheerful Chirps Collection, a fun collection with birds, really nice sized birds. This collection features a fabulous cockatoo with this whole scene with the branch and some lovely foliage too. The foliage is so much fun in this collection. There's also like a little lovebird on a little swing ledge birdcage thing. It's just all fun. So definitely watch this video to see all the examples of all the cuteness with the birds. 3 styles of birds. But before I get started, crafters, Kit Club is out. I'll link my Kit Club video here so you can see all the goodies with this month's Nautical Kit Club. You're seeing 2 of my cards right here behind me, actually. The seagull is fun as well. Right there, that middle card on the second shelf. Fun, fun, fun. So these birds are more tropical, more like a summer style, but still super duper duper cute. Use them for your vacations. Use them for your mini albums too, because they have a nice sizing. So they can go in your scrapbook layouts. You can have like a photograph and then, you know, put a little thing. Here in South Florida, we have a place called Parrot Jungle. I would do like pictures and then have those little parrot die cuts there. They layer up nice and they look good and they have a great sizing. Also, crafters, Spellbinders has their latest deals and deals. I'll put a link for that below. And crafters, if you haven't checked out the new treasured cardstock, you got to check it out. Very, very pretty. 4 new colors added to the packs of treasured cardstock. 2 thumbs up for that. Okay, crafters, let's get into this video with the Cheerful Chirps, the cute birds. Let's get started. Okay, crafters, let's get into this video with the Cheerful Chirps birds, the beautiful tropical birds. Let's get started. Okay. This is the entirety of the Cheerful Chirps collection. This is an absolute fun collection. The beauty of this one too is that you can incorporate a lot of your foundation dyes to create stories with these fun, fabulous cards. Use it for your summer crafting and beyond. I love it too for the tropical theme, the tropical vibe. You can use it even for your nautical cards, which can come back into the current Kit Club. Yay! This collection includes 3 tropical bird dies, a stamp set, a 3D embossing folder, which is a fun one, and a pack of sequins. So this is just an optional buy, but very pretty color. If you want to turn it into a shaker, you can also use bits from here and just apply some glue and just have it like regular gems, ephemera, that type of style too. Individual bits on your card. So this is the Chameleon Opalescent Gems. Very, very pretty, lovely yellow colorway. I think you can see it here in the sunlight. Thumbs up for pretty. Okay, crafters, let's talk about the 3 main characters here, the 3 main die sets. This is my favorite, Flying High. I love it because it's a 2-for-1, even a 3-for-1 die set. You get the beautiful cockatoo. So super pretty. You'll see the love that I put on it in my cards. Just love this little set. That's the body, that's the head, and then here's the tail, the wing, the other wing, and then there's a detail to decorate that wing even further. There's the little feet. This is the eye and cheek, his crown, which goes behind here, and his beak. Very, very easy to put together. But what makes this die set even more special beyond the cockatoo is the foliage. 2 styles of it. That's why I say it could actually be a 3-for-1. Really, really love this in particular, this large bit of foliage that just looks like a standard daisy die, but it's a good bit of foliage. It gives you the greenery. It creates the scene. It just helps you go, oh, wow, look where I took the card. Love. And this too. And then you have some berries that would go in the center here. This is the 2 bits for it. And flowers, and then this branch. Love this branch too, because the branch can go at various angles. Once you have your card base, play with the angles, and you'll see from my examples, and I'll show you what I mean. It takes different looks, so it can come in either from the right or from the left, going high, going low, that type of thing. Really, really fun die set. Like if your budget is super, super tight and you could only do 1 die out of this, that's the one I would say get, because you're getting so much in here and a beautiful bird. Then there is Free Hugs Oscar. This one is a cute little die set. I think of this little guy like a little boy or a little girl. So you could use this one to gear into your kids' cards, tween cards, teen cards. And then you can also go into your adult cards. But I think if you want something masculine too, with a tropical flair, maybe you have birds at home or your kids love birds, this is a fun one for that type of styling as well. Here is the crown for this one. There's a little cheek, the feet, and the eye. And then here's the wing detail that can go here. The beak, fun beak, and this goes behind for the eye. So does this one, okay? And then the sentiment is free hugs. Didn't use it, but it's there. Super, super cute. Then there is the Pretty Birds die. This one I call the lovebirds. I don't know if they're lovebirds, but I think they are. They're just so super duper cute. This is another comprehensive one. You get the birds facing each other and they're on this little swing. Here's a little decorative bit which adds just that touch of making it look real. Really, really love that. This is a little bit for the top, whether it's wire, rope, whatever you want it to be. These are the wings for the birds, the feet for the birds that would be on this little bar, the eyes for the birds, the beak, and then these two are the eyes that go behind here. So you don't have to piece this back in, but you could. If you want it on level, then you would piece this back in and then put the little pupil on top. There is a sentiment hello with the shadow. Didn't use that either. I came into Better Press. I was having fun with Better Press. Oh, there's some new Better Press that are like thumbs up too. And here's some foliage and flowers if you want to decorate it. I kind of went a different way, but this is also here. This is the cheek for the birds, okay? I probably should have put that over there. So Pretty Birds, a fabulous one, but my favorite, personally, if I had to pick one or I wanted to get a second set, by far here, this foliage, that bird, times two. Love, 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 love. I think this whole thing is designed by Josie too. It wouldn't surprise me. This is the 3D embossing folder, bamboo screen, 5.5 inch wide, 8.5 inch tall. You would use universal plate system for this. Look at that detail. I love the little rope detail here and then the bamboo and then the cross detail. It's like lattice with bamboo with a little knot in the center. Oh, fun, 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 fun. Lots of texture, not too much texture, so you could have it in the background and it can still be quiet enough. Very, very pretty bamboo screen 3D embossing folder. And then there is the stamp set. Now, I love the stamps. I love the sentiments in it. Where's the coordinating die? Crafters, I did do a fussy cut around one of the sentiments, so I used it on one of my cards here, but boy, I was like, these are some really nice sentiments and I love the font. Die. I know. Maybe just to keep costs down, they didn't do the coordinating die. And because the sentiments are geared towards that whole, a little birdie told me it's your birthday. So, something like that, it would have to be bird themed. But I think it would have still been nice to have had a coordinating die. That's my 2 cents. I'm letting it go, but this stamps out fabulously. This is high quality photopolymer stamp. And I even did heat embossing and it still turned out really pretty. Okay, now let's look at my examples where I'm going to show you my examples, show you what I used on them, and also give you suggestions so you can shop your Spellbinder stash. You could bring out all sorts of foundation dyes and tell 50 different stories and make a bunch of this. You could have tons of fun at a crop with just this collection. Pack some cardstock, pack this up, and then bring your foundation dyes. You could easily make 20 to 30 cards over a crafty weekend. Alrighty, now let's look at my examples. First up, crafters, look at this completed card only from the Flying High die. Love, 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 love. 2 huge thumbs up. I think this is such a fun set. I told a whole story here and I could change the colorway and have a completely different look. I love this card. Again, I'm making all A2 cards. I don't know what's going on with me. I need to get back into my 5x7. But this thing comes together so easily. And look at all the ink blending I did. Ink blending in the background with Distress Oxide, with carved pumpkin, mustard seed, and salvage patina. Love, 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 love. Giving you that tropical sky. I think this is just so pretty. This little guy inspired all of this going on. Once I put that bird together, I was like, well, don't you deserve something pretty? I love, 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 love this set. This is Bellini Color Wheel cardstock. If you want to see Color Wheel cardstock, I will link my intro video here. Take a look at that and you'll see full sheets of each color. So you don't have to buy the whole collection. It would be nice. And you can also buy a sample, but the Color Wheel really did enhance all of what's going on here. So I did some ink blending, and then here I believe this is coral but with more ink blending on it. I came in with a corally orange color, like I think it was Gina K ink, and then I also ended with some brown. See the crown there? That's that crown detail. And everything here has embossed lines for placement, so you don't have to guess. Where does the head go? Where does that wing go? It goes right in here. You see the whole detail? Love that as well. Even the tail has that detail, plus the crown. All of this will show you proper placement. So it is a little puzzle, but a fun puzzle. You can also mass produce a bunch of these, keep in your craft stacks, the crafting, sorting, and storage tray, and then get into the card making. This is a fun set. Look at that foliage. Look at this. It just tells such a story. It fills up a nice amount of space, not too much space, but it looks like that whole tropical fern. I don't know. It's just pretty to me. And this little center too. Love, 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 love. Love the detail. Love that little extra bud here. Super easy to come together. There is the little leaves. If you want to do leaves and flowers, that's also there. So this is 3-for-1, 4-for-1 set. I'm telling you, winner. This is Peridot cardstock with some ink blending with a mossy green ink from Altenew. This is Dahlia, and that's Waterfall. And that's it. Now, what tied in the whole card? Can you tell? The foundation die. Let me talk about the sentiment real quick before I go into the foundation die, because I got a bunch of them here because there are options. The sentiment comes from the new La Dolce Vita collection. I'll link my video here. That's my last video. Crafters, you got to see that one too. Beautiful, beautiful. I have so many examples and samples in that one. It's the La Dolce Vita Sentiments press plate and die. I believe this is sold out. Simply ask to be notified if I find it in stock. In the description box, I will detail and link everything below. The first link will be where I find it in stock. This is a fabulous one. You can press or glimmer die cut once. Here I did thank you, black cardstock in that scrapbook.com mixed media cardstock at 140 pounds. You guys know I've been telling you lately, I've been loving it. I don't even use the Diane Revley dilutions paper anymore. I'm using this one because it's just so sturdy, earthy, loving it. It just adds that detail and so super pretty. This is with opaque white hot foil roll. Surprise, it's not matte silver. Now for the foundation die, I'm using fresh picked labels and tag dies. Crafters, this one has gone on sale. Not even sale, super sale from time to time. Put this one in your wish list if you don't own it already. You might not love this shape, but it so works. It is 10 dies, largest dies in A2, 4 1/4, 5.5 inch. I came in maybe about the fourth one in. To create this little window, I did pop it up on the side with some 1mm foam. Then I tucked the little branch. You see the branch? That's in timber color wheel cardstock. You see how the branch gives coming in high, coming in kind of mid, and I love the branch detail. The branch detail just gives a place to put all this foliage. It's not floating foliage. That's why I love this set so much. This is fabulous here. I think it has a great Moroccan feel too. So fresh pick labels and this collection, thumbs up. Also from that collection, if you wanted a different style, you could do the arch labels and tag die. This one you can make a shaped card. You could also make it as a tag. If you wanted to turn this into a gift tag and then attach it to a gift bag, etc. Fun. This one would have also been fun here. All three of these have gone on super sale. So there is fresh pick labels, arch labels and tag, also an A2 with the largest die, 14 dies in this one. And then this is scallop labels and tag. I love to do double layers with this. This would be pretty with this collection as well. Largest die is an A2 and it's 11 dies. And all of them come with a little tag in the center with a matting piece in the center too. You see? Fun, fun, fun. So all three of these would be perfect with this collection, but I do like the fresh picked. I think it gives this tropical feel. I was having like a Marrakesh moment. Then for my outer detail on the white cardstock, because I wanted it to look clean and crisp, like how everything here is looking just beautiful and crisp too, I was having a ball. I was smiling when I was crafting this. I'm using precision layering A2 sets A and B. Last time I checked, this thing was sold out. Hopefully it's back in stock. Again, asked to be notified. Even at scrapbook.com, it was sold out. I was like, what's going on? Simon Says Stamp, sold out. Scrapbook Pal, I was like, sold out. I was like, what is happening? This one is another one that also goes on super sale and is a by far favorite of mine. Here I have the largest die here, which is an A2, which comes from set A. 16 dies in each. So the largest die over here, like I just said, from set A is A2, 4 1/4, 5.5 inch. And then largest die from set B is 1/8 of an inch shorter. When you go between the two, you get very tight layers. I did not want any layers here. Tell me if you love the flying high. It is just so gorgeous. So that's card number 1. Love. Up next, look at the little lovebirds. Look how they face each other. Isn't that so super, super, super sweet? Here I'm using that Pretty Birds die. See the little swing that they're on? This detail, I think, really adds that finishing touch. Here I'm using it in Brush Gold cardstock. This is Acorn Color Wheel cardstock, Peridot again, and beeswax. For my birds, I have a combination of Blush Color Wheel cardstock, Dahlia, Bellini cardstock, and Poppy Red. And then for the cheek, that's from my stash. But so super duper pretty. And in the background, I'm using Fern Color Wheel cardstock. So super loved. Very easy to put together. This is another one that you could mass produce and keep it in your craft stacks and have a bunch of them ready to go. You could do the birds by itself. You could have these birds on the same branch over here. You see why the flying high is a hit? Yeah, like if you got this one and then you eventually get this one, you could mix, match, and play. Having tons of fun. Very comprehensive collection for just some tropical birds, but they are fabulous tropical birds. Love. Here is that bamboo screen 3D embossing folder. Uber pretty. Look at the detail, but not fighting so much so that I did not need to bring on a foundation die. I have the birds right here and it's still not taking away from it. But as you can see, the foliage, I did not use this foliage. I love the foliage so much over here. Came back into my flying high. So what I did was these leaves and this flower with that detail. This detail is what gives the flower the stems and gives it more of a storytelling. You see how this one curves out, that one curves, and this one is a cluster. Fun. I was smiling the whole time again. For the sentiment crafters, I'm coming into one of my favorite Better Press sentiments. You know I love these Better Press sentiments, especially when they come with the coordinating die. This is Bestie Sentiments Press Plate and Die. This is from the Beads of Friendship collection. I'll link my video here. How many times have I used this set? Still loving it. And I think the sentiment is so perfect. Tied to you with a smile. Isn't that sweet? So super sweet. This is now that black mixed media paper with matte silver hot foil roll. You press or glimmer a whole set and then you die cut it once. You can get about, I think, 5 to 6 sets out of one sheet of cardstock. Really, really fun set. I have a zillion of this, especially glimmered, and I also have it pressed. Very pretty. And for the detail here, I'm coming in with the largest die from here and then the second largest from set A, okay? So love from Precision Layering A2, A and B. Isn't that so super duper 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 pretty? Love, 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 love. And you can change up the flowers. That's why I said you could take this to a crop and just make all sorts of different cards and change the colors of the birds too. Maybe I can find it and show it to you here on the screen. Also, crafters, I brought out my DIY color deck. I will link my color deck intro video here so you can see what it's all about. It's a fabulous set. It is cards to help teach you the color wheel. Love, 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 with little notes on the back. That teaches you the color wheel for people like me that just cannot seem to grasp the color wheel. I found my color wheel and it's still sitting on a shelf right now because I just can't get into it yet. I prefer these reference cards, but I like that this deck is only 52 cards. I also have the Color Cube Crafters. That's 500 cards. It's too much for me. I did invest in it. The cards are pretty, but it's just so much. And I think I like the print version instead of actual photographs to get the color matching. So once I get this down, like, oh yeah, this is my best friend, which it is. But once I get it really down to the point that I'm like, all right, now I can add on to this. Then I can go into using the color wheel and then maybe go back to that color cue. So this is the card that I use as an inspiration here. See how it has the pinks, the reds, the green, the black in the background. I think it's very pretty, and that touch of yellow. On the back, it is split complementary colors, just for a little inspo of where to go with this. Isn't that fun? Love, love, love the DIY color deck. Here is my last card, crafters. Having tons of fun. As a matter of fact, when I started it, I wasn't sure where I was going. This is again the same Bellini color wheel cardstock, ink blended with a different colorways. So you can see here, this is more corally salmon pink. Here it's more orange. Same base that I start with. I didn't want to start with white. Too much ink blending. And then I decided to change up the colors as well. On this one, it's brighter, it's sunnier. This one, Oscar is deep in the Amazon. That was my story I was telling myself. And this one I did the branch coming in low. You see how it's turned this way? You see how it's kind of going up that way? You see how the branch is swung upward? You see how the branch is going this way? Tell you, that branch is good too. That flying high die set, winner. I put the flowers, I put the leaves, and then down here, my favorite little foliage, I put one in the back, one in the front, one over here, and there is sweet little Oscar. The colors I'm using: Fern color wheel cardstock with ink blending, Fern, Rainforest. This blue is from Essential cardstock. I want to say Splash. The red is Poppy, the yellow is Saffron, the brown again is Timber with a little bit of ink blending on it, like a darker ink blending, because I wanted it to be like he's deep in the rainforest where it's not like super sunny, it's more darker. Then I took an olive color cardstock from my stash. That's what you're seeing here in the center. I believe this is from Simon Says Stamp. And then I ink blended on around the perimeter with Rustic Wilderness Distress Oxide. It was looking very flat. This one is okay being flat, but this was looking too flat for the story. Maybe I should try some splatter. I haven't done splatter in a hot minute. At first, I was thinking of using splatter white, but I decided to go with the watercolor mixing set. Love this little set. There is pearl gold, pearl silver, and indigo. If you want to just get your feet wet in that metallic watercolor for a low price point. And this is a collab with Spellbinders and Yasutomo, because if you buy the Yasutomo pots, it has a higher price point. Different colorway though, even though it is gold, but there are two different shades of gold. This is a great little set to start with. So I'll obviously be detailing and linking this. And I went to town splattering, and I think it just brought this card to life. I love the gold in the background. You can think of it as fireflies. I think it's fabulous. Love, 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 love. Then the sentiment, that comes from this little beauty right here, Spread Your Wings Sentiment. That's the one I stamped, heat emboss, and cut around with my 9-inch Pro Shears. You guys know I love my little 9-inch Pro Shears for something like that. For that foliage, comes back right in here. All of this is being used to tell that story. And there is little Oscar. Isn't Oscar so cute? If you notice something with the wing, I did something different too. I did 2 layers of the wing. I gave him a base and then a top. This wing I think is coral, and up here is Sicily color wheel cardstock. So it's all in that same coral colorway that I have been so loving from Spellbinders. This card was also inspired by this DIY color deck. You see the greens and stuff. Even though her skin tone, I didn't go with the skin tone. I took the coral, I took the splash of red, and I took this green, and then I went off of it. I was trying to find cardstock in this beigey green colorway. I couldn't find it. That's why I ended up with the olive cardstock. But this was a card that inspired this. I want to make something else with this card too. I think this DIY card is very pretty. I love this whole colorway. That would be alabaster if you were wondering what cardstock from Spellbinders would do it. Now for this card is coming into another favorite of mine. So this is all about foundation dies too with this collection. Make-A-Wish Arch Labels die. Love, love, love this set. If you watch my Steals and Deals video, you know every time this goes on sale, I'll tell you guys about it. Largest die is an A2, 4 1/4, 5.5 inch. It comes in 6 more times to a tag. I used this piece out here, and then I came into its best friend because I did not want this detail on here. Would have been too much. So I came into a smoother version, which is Essential Arches. Oldie but goodie, goes on super sale from time to time as well. These two you can put in your wish list. They are best friends. Their new best friend is the Perfect Touch Arches. I'll put a link for that right below these two so you can see what I'm talking about. That one is a winner as well, but I did not want the stitch detail either. I know. I was in a mood where I wanted everything here. And then you come out here to those, like, what's all that gold? And then this and this. And then I purposely picked this color. I didn't want it to be craft, so I'm using fawn for this layer. So Essential Arches is 16 dies. The largest die, like I said, is an A2. So these two go well together. You can layer it up. And then I turned it into a top folding shaped card like so. On the back here, I cut it in white cardstock. You aren't seeing it, are you? But on the inside, let's say you want your sentiment, you want to write down and everything. I could also do the fawn, but that's a waste of fun. So I did white cardstock and I scored it at 1/2 inch and then glued the tops together to make my top folding card. So fun. But let's talk about another option, because I was seriously considering this option, especially because I've been using it so much in recent videos. From the Tunnelscapes collection, this is a beauty that has been going on sale from time to time. The Tunnel Clouds die would be a great die set to incorporate with this as well. So if you have this one, you could do your layers and then tell the same story with the foliage. Do layers of the foliage and then turn it into like a 3D type style. That would be perfect with this. Love, love, love Tunnel Cloud dies. There is also the underwater tunnel. That would give a different look, but I think the clouds would be better. And then there is also the rainbow slice. That could work as well, but it would be a different story, but it might be a fun story. Maybe with the blending and everything, you could have a whole thing going with this as well. This gives you that V shape, but out of Tunnelscapes, I would say the clouds would work perfect in all of this. Okay, crafters, so in summary, do you love my cards? These are beautiful cards to give to folks. If you want to say thank you, happy birthday. Like I said, my favorite, again, this one. And I love the bang for your buck with the foliage. I mean, look at it. It's the same exact thing. Change up the cardstock, maybe do a little bit of ink blending, and fun. And you don't even have to ink blend and your card would still look pretty. So crafters, everything will be detailed and linked below. Thanks so much for watching. Can you tell I was excited by this one? I love and adore the Cheerful Chirps collection. Josie, if you made this one, love, 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 love. Okay, crafters, until the next video, stay crafty, my friends. I hope you love the Cheerful Chirp as I do and give it a try. At least start off with the flying high. Alrighty, crafters, until the next video, stay crafty, my friends. Bye!